Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Tonight we got our launch party. It's been seemingly forever since we've done one of these. Last minute setup. Hope y'all are going to enjoy tonight's show. And if you have the DLC, you can join us. Don't mind me. We're just staging this stuff up here. Give me more power. Give me the most power. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Alberto, what is up? If you've gotten the DLC, I'd love to know your all's thoughts down in the comments below. And in live chat, by the way. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, shoot. In my haste, I forgot. You cannot modify something you lease. There we go. What's up, Chad? Oh, we got a couple variants here. And then it's time for the tractors. Give me the biggest motor you got, Jim. I want it all. I want it all. Black and silver. Oh, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Big old fatty tires. What's up, Midwest Farmer? How's it going, sir? Hope your mom's doing better. Give me that. Give me there. I want. Can't do. I thought I could do twins all around. Alright, fine. Fine. Be that way. I don't care. How many tractors do you need? I need them all. Okay? I need them all. Give them all to me. And then the littlest one of them all. With, oh, look at that. Black. Oh, yeah. What's up, Waylon? And for a loader, oh my god, are we gonna have to do forestry? I hope not.
Oh, that's what's throwing me off. Auto engine starts on.
I know it.
Yeah, like I just tossed on easy everything real quick.
I keep wanting to hit enter every time I get in and out of stock, so I'm so used to it. Is that the full lineup, or do you need to buy more still?
That's pretty much everything.
I'm gonna say we're missing the forestry one, but never mind.
Where is it? All right. Okay, that's turned off.
Thought maybe Dwayne would show up unless he's busy.
I need one of the two big tractors down here to get the front loader arm, rear loader arm. I'll buy another one. I need another one too. I bought two.
Oh,
Seriously,
I was just starting engines on everything. I'd definitely say it's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest one we've got.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I have had myself quite a busy several days. And, well, I forgot all about this pack releasing today. But you know what? It's a good darn thing that I did do all those map videos yesterday. Because, well, We got a launch party tonight. We got the DLC that came out. And I'm trying to turn all these engines off. Oh, thank goodness. All the noise is done. Tonight we're going to do our launch party. This is what we typically do when DLCs come out. We do a hosted multiplayer. Anyone that has the DLC is actually free to join today because we have basically limited mods installed. It is cross-play enabled. And yeah, we're going to be talking about the DLC. We're going to show you the DLC, all the configuration options and everything. And then we're going to try to use the DLC as best we can, kind of show off all of the various ways you can use it. Or at least several of the various ways that you can use it. This, of course, is the Mercedes-Benz truck pack. If you've been living under a rock for the last few weeks, then maybe you're not aware that this thing is coming, or, well, now is released. It is part of the Year 1 Season Pass, and as of today, it is available on all platforms. You can pick it up for the low price of $12.99. Or again, it is part of that Year 1 Season Pass. So if you picked up the Year 1 Season Pass, well, then you're sitting pretty. All you gotta do is go and download it from your appropriate shop. If you want to pick it up, well, I do have an affiliate link down in the description if you're on PC. That would help me out greatly. We'll get you a Giants eShop copy, which will install on any variant of Windows, or any game variant of Windows, be that Steam, Epic, digital download, or physical disc. If you would rather pick it up from Steam, that's fine. You can go over there and get that. I just won't get any sort of bonus or credit for that, sadly. If you're on console, then you can pick it up from your respective stores. What do you all think of the pack? Have you had a chance to mess with it yet?
I have not.
I drove him from the store to there.
Yep.
Disappointed.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, there's some disappointment to have. We're not going to cover that up. So, I'm going to run through the pack as quick as I can through the store and visually here. And then we'll get to the business of showing this stuff off. I own everything. I bought all the fields. We got one of almost everything, a couple of some things. And we'll probably have to buy some additional stuff in order to show this stuff off. So let me make use guys. It's dangerous, I know, but all use guys are now farm managers, so you can buy whatever needs to be bought in the background while I run through all of this.
There goes all your money,
we'll harvest stuff. We'll show stuff off the Heisemat using the rear and using an attachment to do field work or baling or whatever. And we got this forestry thing, so she probably could cut down some trees and drag some logs with it. And got some front loader or rear loader stuff, so we need to show off the rear drive and loading junk. Yeah, y'all figure out what you need to get. Okay, folks, if you haven't saw my video of the run through of the Mercedes-Benz pack, that's what we're going to do right now, as fast as humanly possible, but also as thoroughly as I can do in a pretty short period. The Mercedes-Benz pack includes a whole ton of stuff. We have the Mercedes-Benz MB-trac tractors. We have the Unimogs, a pair of Unimogs in the 1800, 2400, and the U527 to 535 variety. And then we have some Mercedes-Benz semis. We have the Actros. We have the Actros with the Tektrum hook loader. We have the Actros. This is Actros. Oh, I can't say this stuff. Anyway, then we have the Actros L
Arocs.
RS21. We have the Hyzo Truck V2. Then we have 4 hook lift containers. I do wish we had more hook lift options here, and I wish we had a bit more variety in our rear deck on our Unimog, and quite frankly, I wish we had some more options on the rear deck of the MB-trac also. But at any rate, we get a little front bumper. This thing is intended to hook up to your front 3-point hitch, simply to keep the thing from flopping around, and well, give you something else to run into should you end up running into something. You're not spearing whatever you're going to run into. So it's a cool little thing, $500 for that. We have the rear loader arms, because this thing attaches to the rear of the Unimog. The 2 highest models of the Unimog, not the Unimog, the MB-trac, sorry. The 2 highest models of the MB-trac have rear loader attacher, where you can connect this to the rear, and it also has rear drive, so you can turn the seat around and drive the tractor in reverse forward. It's kind of a cool feature. If you've never done reverse drive, we'll show that off. There's a few other tractors that do that. Specifically, the Valtras do that, and a few other models. We start out our MB-trac line with the MB-trac 700, 900, $35,000 for the base configuration. That would be a 65 horsepower tractor with a rear 3-point and a front 3-point. But we can go in here and change this to the forestry configuration. And in doing that, we have some winches in the rear in order to drag logs. We've got a nice blade in the rear and in the front as well. Back to our standard configuration, we have MB-trac 700. We have an 800 and a 900 turbo. Goes all the way up to 85 horsepower. We have several choices of tires across all the MB-tracs: Trelleborg, Continental, Vierstein, Michelin, Midas. And in those configurations, we're mostly standard medium tires, wide tires. We have narrow tires, rear twins, and rear narrow twins, and then rear twins standard. Most of these we can add or remove the front 3-point. I mean, you might as well just have the front 3-point. It makes this tractor far more useful. And on this, we have the choice of the Mercedes-Benz green or the that color. Kind of a darker green and whatever this is. Then we have the MB-trac 1000, 1100, 100 horsepower there, or the 1100 in 110 horsepower. Same tire brands and generally the same tire configurations for the most part. We have our standard, and we can add a front 3-point, and again we have our choice of colors. This was just a little bit bigger than the other one for the most part. We move on to the MB-trac 1100, 1500. This one has the option for the rear attacher there, so we can have a little frame to then attach the rear loader attacher, and this one then will do reverse drive, so the seat and everything inside will rotate 180 degrees, and this becomes the front and this becomes the rear. You know, I was thinking today when I saw that trailer about the MB-tracs and rear loader, it's kind of handy because, you know, the engine weight's down the back. You kind of by default have a nice rear weight to your tractor when you have it in reverse configuration using the rear loader. You've got your Trelleborg, right? Michelin, Continental, Midas, Vierstein, BKT, and Nokian tires. We can add a little grill here for maize. I assume that it helps with respect to kind of the debris and such. That doesn't clog up your radiator. We can add beacons, 1 beacon, 2 beacons, like that. Of course, we have our front loader attacher, or we could add weights to the front, which could also be rather useful if you are going to use it as a rear loader. Then we have our MB-trac 1300, 1800, the biggest of all of them. Anywhere from 125 horsepower up to 180 horsepower. Again, we have all of our choice of tires. And we can add a 1 beacon, or we can have 2 beacons. We have the front loader, or we have weights on the front. Just like that. We can add our rear attacher to the rear. And this one we have a few choices of color. Black and silver, quite frankly, is my personal favorite. And that's what we're going to be using tonight. Then we move on to the Unimogs, a long fan favorite of the Farm Sim franchise. I've been around since Farm Sim 17, and well, every version that I've seen has had a Unimog mod. Now we have not only Unimog mod that is already out there, but we have the Unimog in this DLC. We've got two variants. We've got the Unimog 1800 or 2100, 2400, so we can get this thing all the way up to 240 horsepower. This is a smaller version. We can get an agricultural platform on the rear, or we could go with just the frame module. Now, what they've said is the frame module, there is an attacher joint back here that modders will have access to. It's built into the game as of the 1.11 update. The only trick is modders need to figure out what that attachment joint is, I think. And once they figure that out, well, then they'll be able to create mods to attach to this agricultural frame. So that will extend the usability of these Unimogs. But it is a dang big shame that we don't have some of those attachments already in the pack. Seriously, it would have been nice, as opposed to simply having a box. But it is what it is. Unimog's nice because it's basically an agricultural tractor that's also a sort of a truck. So we have our choice of tire brands in Michelin, Trelleborg, Continental, Midas, BKT, and Vertestein. Nokian as well. New brand in Alliance. So we have Alliance tires. We can add beacons, front, 1, 2, or both. We can add a back 3-point hitch. And this thing has PTO on it. It has hydraulics. It has electrics. This thing could be used in the field to run pretty much any sort of farm sim implement. We can take the sidewalls off the back platform, so it's a flat deck. And of course, we can change this to any color whatsoever, including the color purple. What's up, Scooter's Workbench? It was great meeting you the other day, by the way. Now, this is the one that I think most people want to play with because it has a handy-dandy feature right there. Let's go to it. All right, so we've already looked at these. We looked at these. This one. Nope, wrong one. This one. That. I can't zoom in. That, folks, that's a screen that shows you a live camera view of the rear of this vehicle. Watch, let's go hook up to something. Do they got something down here to hook up to? What the heck am I running into? Alright, let's hook up to something. Oh, let's hook up to this. Look at that, people. When we attach to it, a little section of our rear deck does fall away, but look. It's a live camera. I can move it up, I can move it down, I can disconnect from it, and I can drive away. At any rate, super awesome. What is this? Alright, back to the shop. Back to the shop A. So we only get that display with the agricultural platform. If we change this to the standard, that display's now gone, right? So let's go back over here. That's why I bought two of these things. This one is the non-agricultural frame. You see the display's gone. Right? So there you go. If you want to use that feature, make sure you have the agricultural platform. There's the display. Standard, it goes away. agricultural frame, it comes back. And again, this Unimog will have an attacher joint here that modders can implement once they figure out what that attachment joint. Then we have the Actros. This is the newer model, and we can get this 326 horsepower all the way up to, again, 625. We get in 4x2, 6x4, as far as our wheel configuration going on here, and we can have aero parts in different designs. One design, two designs, or no aero parts. The front grille can be chrome. Heck yeah, chrome will get you home. No, it won't. We can add horns to the top, and we can illuminate our Mercedes-Benz logo. We got an assortment of coolers. Once again, we can change it to some of the most awful color combinations here possible. And this also has a cool different cab. So we have a standard cab. We have the Edition 3 cab, kind of a cool design spec, changes the interior as well. We have the Extent Plus Pro cabin. And this configuration also has live mirrors. Tuki, I got you a special truck down here to shop.
How special are we talking?
Oh, you'll figure it out when you see it. She's a real humdinger. So what I mean by that is these mirrors, well, they're interestingly in the cab. They're not out of the cab because they are just like the Unimog display, live camera feeds of what is actually outside. So we've got cameras right there. That little gray and black bit is a camera. And as such, we can see an actual camera feed of everything that is going on behind the truck. Super excited about this because the way I understand it, this is going to be implementable by modders on other things. So super excited about that because I have wanted to have camera feeds on harvesters with respect to the grain bins and things. I've wanted to have camera feeds on the rear of harvesters because these things have rear cameras now. All this big equipment has cameras all over it. Last year when I got to go to the case premiere for Farming Simulator, we got to drive tractors like the new Case Steiger. It's got cameras built in all around it, and you can see all around it through those cameras in the cab. Now it's possible to integrate those doohickeys right there into other things. So that's super cool in my opinion. And then we have the same truck in hook lift variant. And then we have the Hyzo truck. We're going to come back to that. As far as hook lifts, again, I feel this is an opportunity missed. I'd like to see more variety in the hook lift as opposed to simply 4 different containers. We have the half pipe, 14,800 liters capacity. We have the ability to change its color, and that's about it. It's going to be good for all of your standard bulk fill types, as we can see here. We have the Unibox. This is going to hold 39,500 liters worth of product. Again, it's going to hold all of your bulk general fill types. And again, we have the ability to change its cooler. And that's about it. We have the AgroBox. Oh, I guess I should go back here and talk about this one. This one has doors that open up on the back, and you can open these doors up without having to actually be in the truck. So you can just walk up here to the back and basically open the door. And in theory, you can chuck anything in there, including logs. But at any rate, we have the AgroBox. This one we can turn the decal on or off, and we can again change the cooler. And this one has more of a contemporary rear door on it. 39,500 liters. Then we have the Flegel push-off container. So this is going to have a rear wall here that pushes all the way back to the back here and then unloads. And we can get yellow, we can get no signs at all, or we can have white warning tape around the corners. 30,000 liters on this one. But I really would like to have seen flatbed modules, tanker modules, hell, even a sprayer module would have been cool. Lots of options could have been explored here, as opposed to simply having us 4 different containers that all hold the same thing. But from what I understand, this attacher joint is available in game for modders to make use of. So hopefully we'll see in the future attachments that we can, containers, if you will, that we can basically hook up to and use with our Mercedes-Benz hook lift vehicles. Back to the Hyzo Truck V2. This thing is the best of both worlds. It's right, it's the Miley Cyrus of vehicles. Maybe I shouldn't have went there, but I did. Oh well. We're gonna add a sun shield to the front. We're gonna add a front guard to the front. Lights like that. Well, we can change our paint scheme a little bit. And we can change to a plastic front. We can take our warning signs away, and we can change our rim color. That's about it. Now, what makes this so cool is, first off, we have hydraulic hookups in the front. We have a hitch here in the front. Oh, look at that. We have a PTO. We have a hitch. And, well, we have hydraulics. We have power. We have air. We have everything we need to run any sort of trailer or implement. We've got wide tires. So this is an agricultural truck. It's able to go 55 miles an hour, so it's pretty high speed. And in theory, we can do field work with it. I've got it hooked up here to the new AgriLiner trailer that did come with the 1.11 content update. And that, folks, that's pretty much the DLC. Here we've got the Actros L in a different trim, the Edition 3 trim. Pretty nice truck. And of course, we've got our new trailer here with Project Motor Racing on it. If we get a chance later, we'll talk a little bit about our Sim Gaming Expo. But I got some sad news for you on that front. I lost all my footage. All my footage I took of Sim Gaming Expo, lost. Because I had to do a hardware reset on my phone today. It was terrible. Terrible day. I'll explain that later. What's up, Allie the Alligator? Okay. I've managed to run through all the stuff. Talked about my thoughts on the pack and where I think Giants kind of cut short. But pretty much what I think Optimus would say, in that the Unimog should have had more rear attachers. The hook lift should have had something other than 4 containers that all hold the same stupid stuff. But from what I understand, the Unimog attacher joint, the hook lift attacher joint, it's all accessible because those joints are built into the 1.11 update. So therefore, they're not locked behind DRM. And modders, assuming you figure out what the attacher joint is, can use it in order to make their own stuff to attach to these things. But they should have, in my opinion, had something more than just a rear deck and 4 containers.
Yeah, a spreader or a sprayer would have went a long way, because you get a lot of stuff, but it kind of just put it over the top, I think.
Yeah, even just, like a tanker module, put milk and stuff in, and a flatbed.
A flatbed or a box for the trucks is definitely missing. Tanker as well, but I'm actually disappointed they went the hook lift route instead of just a normal rigid chassis with boxes on.
Alright, let's go up here and show you this fabulous Unimog. We got the rear camera back there. Super excited about that, like I said. Alright, I'm running up here to use this mower. So I got bad news, folks. Bad news. All the video I recorded from the Sim Gaming Expo is lost.
Uh-oh.
Weird things started happening, like right in the middle of the show on my phone. For 15 years, let's say, or maybe longer, I've had a pattern to unlock my phone. Every time I get a new phone, I always set up the same pattern, because you know what? It's a pattern I know. Well, suddenly, this weekend, it said, oh, that's not your right pattern. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's the right pattern. And I got it working. But on Android, apparently every 3 days you have to verify, even though if you have fingerprint, with a pattern. Well, as of last night, the pattern I know that I was putting in right wasn't accepted. So either the one brain cell that remembered the pattern died, and I don't remember the pattern anymore, and I just think I do, or the pattern somehow got screwed up in the phone. So I tried all day to unlock it, and all I did was manage to completely lock the phone down. And the only way to unlock it was, guess what? To enter the damn pattern, either on the web or on the phone. So the only way to fix it was to do a hardware reset. And I have not yet pulled the video off the phone. So it's all gone. So no video for me about Sim Gaming Expo.
Well, in theory, you should be able to access all the files through the PC, through the console.
No, because in order to access the files on the phone, you have to unlock the phone. I can't just plug it into USB and get access to the files, because like access to the files is locked until you can unlock it, and the only way to unlock it is the pattern. So yeah, all gone. So let's get rid of my rear mower. There it goes. We're mowing away. You can see our windrow. Oh, you know what? I just thought about this because I haven't been able to try it yet. Supposedly with the 1.11 update, they fixed visual appearance of windrows in the distance. And since I'm mowing, I'm like, oh, I can look.
What was the problem with the windrows?
I mean, if you knew what it was, it was obvious. Like, it was just visually, they were all screwed up.
Yeah, the pop-in on them was terrible.
I mean, it's better. They're still popping in.
I guess I never paid too much attention to that.
Why? There we go. There we go. Right, so we know we can use our Unimog. We could have the mower in the front and a forage wagon on the rear. So, really cool piece of machinery. I did try the attachments that are on the current Unimog mod, but they obviously didn't work on this. Giants has implemented their own attachment joint. And Optimus, you said you tried the existing hook lift mods and they don't work?
They do work. They are compatible, but the trailers are not attachable to the joint. So you can't have another hook lift trailer from the mod behind.
The hook lift chassis.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the boxes, the flatbed and stuff works.
Okay, so that's good.
The length might be different depending on which mod you choose, but
Alright, we got this done. I see someone over there harvesting. Let me go run in that truck and unloading. Yeah, I think from a full windrow they look better, right? From the everything spread out on the ground. Maybe not. It's still doing a little bit of pop in. Of course, the big advantage with the Unimog and the Hyzo truck is that they have road speed. that's pretty decent. So quick between fields are such.
That rear trailer's not the best for that. I was just seeing if one would attach. They do.
Yeah, I unhooked it pretty quick.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. Just in time.
What's this? Why? Oh, I can't open it because it's got stuff in it. Okay. That's pretty cool. From what I understand, Allie, well, at least they were a little coy about it earlier, is the license is specific to the vehicles in the pack. So it's not a brand license. They seem very specific that this is a license for the vehicles in the pack. So it may not be a broad universal. Modders can add any Mercedes-Benz for console. Of course, that doesn't prohibit PC getting it, but it does prohibit console.
I guess the cool feature on those hook lift trucks is that you can extend the rear bumper back.
So that's what we're talking
engine
about.
Sounds on the tractors and Unimogs are very nice so far.
And I think all the tractors have a slightly different, unique sound as well.
Well, they claim that it's all legitimately captured, not like, you know, synthetic. Oh, sorry about that. Let's move my bumper. There we go.
Whatever you've got on that baler sounds real nice when it logs.
That's so nice.
F1. Fine, open flap.
They've gotten better with the turbos. You can actually hear them whine now.
Go to a sell point. Something that unloads faster. Or takes it in faster. Oh, back up the truck. What? Weed is not accepted here. Jeez.
I put one of the new Aggie bends over on the end of 44 with a auger set up.
Yeah, this thing wants to unload faster than the auger will take, so it constantly wants to stop.
I just thought I'd throw it over there to see if it worked with stuff or not, since that was new in the patch too.
It would probably work with something that unloads slower. The Squatch on Twitch. Here we go. Break it. Break. Okay. So, pretty good unload speed. And like I mentioned, we can come around the back and open this thing up whenever we want. And then we could chuck things into the box. And with Y, we can close it back. Kind of neato.
I don't know what it is with the curbs on this map, but they got such a lip on them.
Yeah, I got killed by one earlier.
Yeah.
That was the main reason I didn't play it much, because every time you bump one, you get flung into the air.
Oh, I thought you had the Hyzo truck.
I don't know where that is and what's hooked to it. I think it was an 800 in that field I wind road, and this is 700 here on the little square baler.
I got it. I got it. It also has a screen and a camera. Let's hook up to that. On the bed or what? There's tension straps on the flatbed of the Unimog. Oh, yes, this is the one thing I can't hook up to this dumb thing. Alright, fine. No reason for straps. It's a container. Nothing's gonna fly out of it. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I was hoping that we'd have a little taste of Highlands fishing at the show, but sadly not so much. Well, it was gonna be there, but Kermit came down with something Thursday night. And we can see our camera back there, and it is well, we should see it. Oh, there it is. There's the little camera. There we go. Off the races. Oh, don't mind the server lag. Right. That's pretty neat. What's up, David? So the Heisner truck also has that display camera in the rear? Yeah, these straw windows are a lot better at the top end.
Yeah, it's much less noticeable now.
I just did last week when I was doing the grass work the day before the patch update. I kept thinking to myself, and of course now I won't be able to see some of the things that they're updating because I'm working it right before the update. And of course I couldn't talk to you all about it. Gonna get something fun like a baler. We can really see. So Kermit was going to put the so see at PAX West, they had a playable demo build of Highlands Fishing. But since PAX West was just last weekend, they hadn't had an opportunity to get that stuff shipped back to Chicago from Seattle. So the kiosks that had it on it were not available. So Kermit was going to add it Friday morning, but couldn't because, well, he came down with something overnight and wasn't able to make it to the show at all. He was at Farm Progress Show, from what I understand. Maybe not. The Giants was at Farm Progress Show, and then Giants was at PAX West, and then Giants was at obviously Sim Gaming Expo. So 3 shows in 2.5 weeks. Well, would help if I'd get in the windrow. So there we got our little camera going on. Little display, we can keep an eye on what's happening back there. Kind of neat. Of course, its big power there is that we have 55 mile an hour on the road, and then we can do field work. Right, so we're done baling. Fold this thing up and shoot back to the field or the farm faster than any other tractor in game, even faster than the JCVs. A pretty cool use case. Now, while I don't have the Sim Gaming Expo videos I took, Farmer Cop did get some time on Highlands fishing. It was curated. Kermit wouldn't let him record anything that was not allowed, but I do have his video. He's pretty much published
One more and I'll have a full pack here.
his edit of that. I haven't had a chance to look at any of that video yet to know what I might cut down or not, but that was an option. Oh, how do we open this thing? Oh, Control G. We have passenger script. Who's in an Unimog?
I'm in the 2400.
Where are you at?
Near the starter farm. Field right next to it. Slight overkill for the bale picker upper, probably.
riding along.
I can't guarantee your safety. I don't know why you're the only person that the hand stuff is working for. 'Cause none of us can use hand tools or pick anything up.
He stole it out of my hand.
Oh,
there we go.
looks like it's working for Optimus now.
Right, so rear drive. Left shift B. Oh, let's rotate the whole thing around. Now we're in front drive mode.
Hopefully, auto load works out of the gate without any problems. I didn't test it all today.
There we are, rear drive mode. A little overkill, I think, for this small
Well,
band.
if that other guy was faster, I loaded all the round bales.
If I push it up to 6 miles per hour, I gotta stop and wait for the loading animation to play. I'm dropping you a bundle up here,
Pretty.
though.
What do y'all think of the little camera display in these trucks?
It's nice. I'd like to see it added some other stuff and definitely ported back to the Plains and Prairies DLC.
Yeah, I can't wait till it's, universally implemented from them. It is kind of a game changer.
It'd be real nice to have with a certain very fat tractor we got in Plains and Prairies.
There we go. Well, if I get to live stream tomorrow night, I'm going to be adding this to the Italy game.
Oh, and seeing you drive, that reminds me, I was coming home from getting lunch today, and I was surprised I saw a New Holland bidirectional, and it was in pretty good looking shape, too.
Oh, we're making seed. That's what he's doing. Of course, this was in the 1.11 update with the AGI pack. Hello, Forestry Edition. I would like to buy a chainsaw, please. We're 1 tree short. Control K. Why can't you cut it? I want to cut the tree. There we go. Oh, wait. What happened? Alright, you attach to here. And then you attach to here. I cut a tree down.
That's enough forestry for me, thanks.
Mucho agrio.
Yeah, I agree. I just did it to demonstrate it.
I miss all the mass deforestation that we did in the multiplayer.
Where's the sawmill?
That was
Oh, it's
the
up here.
last time I really felt like doing forestry.
It's over here. Right? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go sell some logs. Oh! My log got hit by AI. Yeah, I really just have no intention or no desire to do any forestry. Don't hit my log, you little... behind. I see all these ads for this game called Project Motor Racing. Yeah, you should buy it. It's gonna be good.
I probably will, because the things I watched on it look pretty interesting.
Has there been any... Well, there should have been some coverage from Gamescom. The build we had was from Gamescom build. Here, let's...
I was looking at their Steam page, and the career mode sounds like it's going to be decently well done.
Yeah, it's like you make choices. Like, do you want invest back in your machinery or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's what caught my eye. It sounds like it's going to be a little more realistic in that regard.
Well, I'll be eager to watch some things in the coming days. Hopefully, some folks that tried it at Game Expo. There's a channel that I used to watch a lot when I was doing sim racing stuff, and I have to say that I kind of did a little internal fanboy because he came over last day and wanted to give it a run, and everybody was busy chatting, and I just happened to be the only one around, and to be like, oh, would you like to race? And I can show you how this all works. So I had a little fanboy moment there, a little internal. Wasn't like, oh, you're so awesome, I love your video content or anything like that. It was just more like, I'm glad I get to do this.
Sounds like everything went fairly well, so hopefully it becomes a regular thing.
Yeah, I think it will be. So the guy that organized this apparently has been working on putting it together for the last 5 years. It was going to happen before COVID. Then COVID happened, and that obviously changed a lot of plans. And then it took a little bit of time to, get it all together. I think he's been working on this show for the last year and a half. Lining everything up. Oh, and by the way, did you know that Indian weddings take 3 days? I had no idea. But there was an Indian wedding in the same hotel. It started on Friday and Thursday and ended on Saturday.
Sounds like a party to me.
Oh yeah, it was a giant party, that's for sure. There we go. Giants is just the publisher. Straight 4, as in straight, the direction. And 4, the number, is the developer. It's the same set of developers that did Project Cars and Project Cars 2. Then EA purchased that development house and they put together Project Cars 3. Well, Project Cars 3 was an abomination, as, well, kind of EA is known to do. They created an abomination. So the original founder of the development house that did Project Cars basically left to form his own studio again and formed Straight 4, and this is the first production out of that endeavor. Oh wait. Oh no, that's like the remote control for the winch, right? Oh no, I got a third one. I don't have a third one, do I? No. So yeah, for the folks that are like, well, Giants should focus on fixing their game before they make another one. Well, they are. The marketing department really isn't involved in making or improving the current product. There you go. That's pretty cool. So you get a forestry variant of the MB-trac. To do your forestry stuff. And then when you're done forestry, you can reconfigure it to be a regular tractor. What's up? Is it Emma? I don't know what that said. So Project Motor Cars will have our motor racing. We'll have 70 cars on launch, 10 different classes, 18 tracks, 28 track configurations of those 18 tracks, single player, multiplayer, public lobbies, private lobbies. So I learned that with the multiplayer aspect, it sounds like they're going to host the multiplayer lobbies, but players will have the ability to set up a private lobby. So if you want to do multiplayer, you can do a private lobby with, you know, friends and not have to deal with the public craziness.
That'll be nice, then. I'm really curious at what point they forked off from Giants game engine to tweak their own version.
By the way, the game looks fabulous. It ran fabulous. It's hard to believe this is the Giants graphics engine, but unlike Farm Sim, where you have to potentially render up to a 2-kilometer square, this is only rendering, like, you know, just a fixed distance beyond the track, because you can't go beyond the track. So they can pack in a lot more detail at trackside and don't have to worry about, you know, all of this stuff all around and seeing
And
a kilometer
around
away and
textures.
things.
And changing the fields and running all those calculations too.
Right, it's all, you know, it's all static. But there will be dynamic weather. There will be time of day changes.
It'll be interesting to see if mod support really takes off for it then, too.
Well, I suspect it will. I think that's probably where it'll really hold its own.
I mean,
Because the original Assetto Corsa is kind
right?
of renowned for its mods, and I'm just going to guess that the mod support will be better because they're going to have their own system. I'm going to guess you're going to have an editor just like we have for Farm Sim.
Yeah, if they can emulate something like the Farm Sim mod hub, that would make modding exceptionally easier.
I think it's going to make it a lot easier and streamlined for the modder.
So yeah, it's supposed to be like an in-game mod hub. So I expect it'll be very much modeled after Farm Sim. Giants is supposed to be going to be curating the mods just like they do for Farm Sim, which somewhat concerns me. with respect to how long it takes for them to do farm sim stuff, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, curated mods, like a set of Corsos 15 plus years old or whatever, but it still has a pretty good user base because I think of its mod ability and its endless mod functionality. So it really does extend the game. So I was kind of theorizing it to show that, you know, people could make, they could make cars that you could add to the game. They could theoretically make a whole class of cars that you would add to the game. Potentially you could mod in a track, a fantasy track or something, I don't know. Or maybe something as simple as sticky tires. Tires that have, like, you know, double the grip or something, just for getting in and having fun and not worry about overdriving corners and things because it's got ludicrous grip.
Yeah, I've seen some AC mods that are pretty ridiculous, like riding tricycles, wearing dinosaur suits, that kind of stuff.
I mean, whatever makes fun, right? As long as you're having fun. Oh, that's just, this is the that's the container thing. Okay, sir, you coming in or what? Oh, we had seed.
He's got time to type. He could be in here instead.
Yeah, could be working.
Yeah.
A wizard. A pinball wizard. Yeah, pretty cool. The hose frames mount. Right, we got a nice
a little
detail here.
underpowered,
Like
so this uphill's a little
an
bit a little rough
intercooler
on
on the
this
back
field.
here with some fans running.
That sounds nice when I'm in first gear, pegged out.
Can't plant in August. Well, that's going to be easily solved. I can plant whatever I want. Thank you very much.
Darn, the carrots aren't ripe yet. They're still growing.
There we are. The universal Unimog. Hire helper. Hire helper and what? G. There we go. Yeah, get to work, and I'm just gonna sit over here, past your seat, and watch. Do a good job. Working out pretty good. What's this? What's the internet scuttlebutt about that North Germany map that has poor performance?
I don't know because I did nothing more than look at the thumbnail.
Schultz always on the internet. He should know.
Nope, I don't.
I was kind of curious if anybody else was complaining about it. Oh. Well. Let's fix that. Gotta be something to harvest somewhere.
Should get a real tractor, Tukey.
Looks like a real tractor. It's got 4 wheels on it.
Over the curbing. What do y'all think of Highlands fishing? The fishing aspect of fishing.
I don't know how much I'll actually do of that. I'll put it that way.
The rod and reel bit, I'll do some, and that's probably all of that I'll do.
It'll be test first day and that's it.
Did you know that truck had a hitch in the front like that?
I did.
Wow, Timey shows up in here.
I want this. Wait, oh. That's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted.
Well, okay, tell me what I'm supposed to do.
Play with the stuff and give me your feedback.
Whatever you feel like. We own all the map and there's stuff scattered everywhere.
Well, I just didn't,
We
We
got
have a
something
lot
of
of money
everything.
to spend still.
just didn't know somebody needed a chaser or this or that.
I can confirm these are not waterproof.
What did you do?
I drove it through the water. And I'm washing it. Oh, Never mind, I went too deep.
Oh, so I was looking at that map that had the movable water plane before I read the description. So I was like, something wrong with this map that there's no water on it. And then I went and read the description. I'm like, oh, let's fast forward time a little bit.
Oh, that's a silo in the middle of the field now.
Holy cow, Schultz! How fast were you going?
Of course, if we wanted to, right?
45.
We could just drop this. The edge of the field. Go do our business. I remember back in the FS of 19. Pretty sure it was the FS of 19. We did a multiplayer, and I ran a BGA, and I used hook lift trailers to be my containers for chaff. And I'm pretty sure that we had a bunch of containers that we could just drop off at the field, and someone would run alongside and fill them up, drop them off and switch to an empty, and then others would grab it, the fulls off the field, and run them back to the BGA and unload them in the bunker.
I don't remember how containers work. How do you actually get it on the
I don't know.
trailer?
Why wouldn't you be able to?
Unfold and attach.
With the
I'm not talking about hook lift. I mean the shipping container out of the update.
Oh, you
With a
gotta get
forklift.
something heavy and some forks.
You have to pick it up and put it on the frame, and then it attaches to the frame.
Here, I was thinking I could just go over there and hit Q, hopefully.
I seem to feel like there was something where it would suddenly slide over there and be on the frame, but
No, we used to just back up. You'd put the hook out. You'd back your truck up. You would deploy the hook. That would turn on the attacher function. You'd back up until you hit attach, and then you would just hit another button, and it loaded it up onto the frame.
yeah, Tuki's talking about the log container.
Oh.
That came in 1.11. We got the log container back in the last update, and then there's a container trailer. You went and bought it, or somebody went and bought it.
Yeah, I bought it because that truck needed something on it after you bought it.
But yeah, that's the one good way of using these containers is you just drop them off at the field, and then you can unload your grain into it. So if you had a big long field, you could put containers at either end, and you can make your harvester run and unload on each end of the field, then come back later and pick up the containers up.
Somebody left equipment all over the shop. I don't know who it was.
Well, it's not like this save's going to last longer than another 30 minutes. I can see somebody running over the field there with the MB-trac in rear mode.
Search bales.
Yeah, it's nice with the loader. It feels like you're driving a front loader instead. You got
So
nice visibility.
Since I was never put on under any sort of embargo, I can repeat anything that I heard Farmer Comp talk about. Because he would have been under the embargo, not me. Apparently with the Highlands fishing, the offshore fishing placeable, possibly even with the onshore fishing placeable, it doesn't make sense for it. The fish food is optional. Like if you just plop the offshore fishing thing, you can make fish with the baby fish can grow into bigger fish by themselves. Because in theory they're getting food naturally. But
so is it just slower or okay, that makes sense.
Or they are just less profitable somehow. But I think in theory they just grow slower. So if you fish food them, because in order to put fish food on the floating fishery, you have to offload them with the crane, right? It doesn't look like you can get them offloaded any other way, other than super strength, of course. So therefore, if you use fish food, they'll grow faster, and therefore you'll get more money from them. So it's a little bit of accommodation if you don't want to have to deal with the fish food frame. All right, we got this stuff filled up.
Did something get changed with the physics suspension in the last patch?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at changelog.
Because I saw in the DLC earlier with the new 4x2 semi, the cab really moves very much when you try to pull from the stop. And then I tested now with the Volvo and it's the same, and I feel that when I played on the server like not so long ago with Schultz, it didn't do that.
Yeah, I thought I noticed a lot of cab movement on these, and I guess I didn't compare to the other ones, but it looked like there was a lot of cab suspension.
So the changelog, I don't see anything mentioning improvements in suspension overall, but it's very possible that these have had more detail to their suspension and overall chassis movement.
I mean, it's to the extent where it's too much.
There, where are we back? Let's go load this thing up. What's up, Artemis? There we I know in the trailer that they put out today, there was a specific shot of this, like, exhaust, this side exhaust, or maybe it's an air vent, where this black box is. It's probably an air vent, I guess.
Yes, air intake.
At the bottom, there's a kind of an expansion joint there, and they showed it, the chassis, the cab flexing and that expansion joint moving. Well, you really see that suspension moving when we load this thing up. moving as we go across the field. I know it kind of looks like an air ride chassis.
All of them are, but still, it feels way too much.
Ugh, you
break.
nearly done the bales in.
Break.
I don't know what happened there. I thought the container
What's
was
up,
locked
Jake?
down, and
Up.
apparently it
Jack,
was
up.
not. It'd be 0% surprising if I broke something.
Does this place take seed?
No, I was just parking here to test the cab movement.
Oh, there's another slacker.
Dwayne! Did you message me and I not see it? No. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. Is there anything you all want to see that we haven't showed off here in the next 20 or so minutes?
That just looks wrong, using this Heisel truck to pull a big auger wagon. That's probably not supposed to go 55 miles per hour on the road.
Heavy duty front loader here. Okay, I can't pick up the trailer. 3 bales. Yeah, that's easy enough.
If I had with that other one, I had no trouble getting 3.
Oh, uh-oh. Other loader arms have pretty high reach.
Yeah, I really like that loader setup after using it to load a couple bales.
Hey, like I said, being on the back, you have the engine for a counterweight. It works pretty good.
And then we can just detach from it. And then left shift B, flicking everything around.
Just looking at the DLC page, so the biggest MB-trac you get in a 380 horsepower tractor were $105,000. Or if you go the Unimog route, the older ones with a lot of horsepower were fairly cheap.
Yeah, the 240 horse is pretty cheap power.
That newer one's probably comparable to a tractor and modern tractor in that horsepower range.
Maybe even a touch more, but you got the
I mean, the big
speed.
one gets up to 300 and some.
Yeah, and you're getting great road speed out of it too.
And the small one. The 5 Series is supposed to be the smaller one. There's a bigger one, the newer. It's what, 15. But I guess they got the license for one new, one old.
Yeah, they said they went out and pushed for the older stuff. Of course, brands want the newer stuff, so there's trade-offs to be had. And if no one's talked about it, I have heard confirmation that at least for the remainder FS25, Giants has heard the complaints around Giant mods versus content updates. So when applicable, instead of being a mod, it'll be incorporated into a content update. But things like that aren't always applicable. Like, for example, a FarmCon mod that would be dependent in a specific time frame for its release. So
Well, that would make sense.
hopefully that will extend into whatever comes next.
Yeah, I hope so, because it just seems bizarre to put out mods of new stuff when you could just make it part of the game from the get-go.
And I understand some of that stuff wasn't ready, maybe. Or maybe sacrifices have to be made because of disk installer space. As long as you still have a physical disk, it has to be able to hold the installation contents. You know, you're not. I don't think you're buying a physical copy of what's that? Call of Duty. It's like 300 gigs.
There's just got nothing on hard copy on PC anymore.
Anyway, that excuse is only applicable on the initial release. If you do content update, there's no point in releasing mods. You download both, so
Right.
then it works.
But
It works
for
against PlayStation crowd.
For console players who have limited mod space,
Yeah, it's
there's
better to have the
basically
content up.
unrestricted game install space. It's, you know, if you have space on your storage drive, you can install a game. But they very much control the game save space and the mod space of anything. Which is why I'm pretty confident you won't see 4X maps, even though they may technically be able to run. They won't do it on console because of the significantly larger file size of the game save. Like a standard game map, save game is like 25, 30, maybe 60 megabytes. But just load a 4X map, hit save, and then look how big the save game is, and it's like typically well over 100 megabytes before you even start doing anything.
Well, and that's the issue that they've ran into when they have slipped through. I know people would have downloaded, and they won't save. The save games don't save.
So I feel like, you know, it would be consoles can get 4X maps, but you can only have 10 save slots, or maybe you can only have 5 save slots. So which do you want?
Well, I'm trying to remember how many they have, and I think they're at 10. So yeah, would you want to go down to 5 to have, or maybe even 3 to have 4X maps? It'd be an interesting vote.
I guess this tractor is a little underpowered for these mower setup, but right, it's doable.
It was fun hanging out with you people after a long time, but it's time for me to go now.
Yeah, it's late, right?
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Well, it's early, technically. It's 4 a.m. So, yeah, have a good night, guys, and I'll try to catch you some other time.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks for dropping by. All right, well, might as well wrap it up. Give me yours feedback. Now you've had a chance to play with it for a few hours.
I really like it. It's going to be a lot of fun on the Highland map when it comes out. And a nice variety of horsepower options. And I think you already addressed the elephant in the room with the hook lift stuff, not having the most things to go with it.
What are you doing, Jacer?
He's providing me entertainment. I don't know what he's doing, but the pack is pretty good. There are definitely maps it's going to fit on much better than others, and I think it does lead well into the Highlands expansion.
That caught me a Jacer.
What do you guys think in chat? Now you've had a chance to see my video on it.
I think with
Other
this
people's
Heiser
videos
truck
on
with the Unimogs, you're gonna find
and
a lot
our
of
use
uses
of
with
it
those
tonight.
for sure.
I was really bummed when I realized the release date and the embargo weekend would have been, or the early access weekend was when I was in Chicago. I was like, oh, jeez. Giving you the MB-trac stuff, Mercedes-Benz contracts. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it feels like the first two packs are very North American or very catering to the North-South American crowd. This pack and the fourth pack is definitely more catered toward the European side of the globe. Maybe that's a hint of what will come in the year 2 season pass. A couple things catering to North American folks and a couple things catering to the European folks. Because it really felt like in FS22 that so many DLCs were yet another mowing thing, yet another thing for hay or grass. How many mowers, how many balers, how many windrowers, how many forage things do we need? I'm still holding out that we might get things like orchards and stuff like that. Oh, so not related to the DLC. Did you get in the right gear? There we go. Again, this is part of the Year 1 Season Pass. So if you already own the Year 1 Season Pass, then you don't have to worry about it. If you do want to pick this pack up after seeing our video, or after seeing my first look coverage that we released on Friday, then you can use the affiliate link in the description if you're on PC. That will redeem over at the Giants eShop and will be good for any PC install of the game, be it Steam, Epic, digital download, or physical disc. If you're on console, then you can obviously pick up the DLC from your respective console platform. If for any reason you want to pick up the Year 1 Season Pass, I do have an affiliate link to that also down in the description. That's going to include 4 DLCs. The Next Sad Pack, which was released back in March, as well as Plains and Prairies, which was released in June. I would say. And then we also have now the Mercedes-Benz truck pack, released in September. And coming in November 4th, we have Highlands Fishing, the Year 1 expansion.
Oh, I just want to see if I can pick up a Bale with this.
Scottish map, as well as the ability to plant and harvest onions, as well as fishing, both in a production standpoint and recreational fishing. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to put anything in that container. Bales, pallets, logs.
I'm trying to do this while a cat climbs on my mouse too, so I don't exactly have fine movement control right now.
We could probably even put small tractors like the damn Porsche you always want to buy.
I think this would actually fit in there, I think, if we didn't have the duals on it.
I don't. Well, it might.
We gotta go park by a different one then, or drive one in it.
Oh, just wheel it in, man.
All right, give me a minute. Here we come. This is what happens. This is what I tell people at all the trade shows I go to. Farm Sim has multiplayer. You have up to 16 people on the save at any one point in time. Now, when you have 16 people in a map like this, it's like herding cats because everyone wants to go out and do their own thing. Okay. Stop. I rolled off. Let me shut the door first. No, I need to be in it. Well, okay, that put me in it. There you go. The MB-trac fits in your container.
It's a multi-purpose transportation.
All right.
And now I'm riding along.
And now I can get probably in the front. Can't get in the front? Yeah. So now 3 of us are ready.
We gotta get you another Bale in there.
Tuki can probably ride on your MB-trac.
Not used as intended. No, the MB-trac does have a little pup seat.
I don't think it has passenger functions.
What?
What?
Oh my golly.
Why are you sinking everything I own?
Excuse me.
That was me that started doing that. I was trying to wash my tractor.
Any rate. B Gaming! What's up?
Can you get in this one now?
Yeah, after they've been underwater, you have to reset them. It says that when you point at them, even. It says broken.
Anyway, that is the MP Mercedes-Benz truck.
Oh yeah,
pack.
it needs to be reset.
I do hope you all enjoyed our preview
I may have
of
discovered that today.
the pack here tonight. And keep an eye out tomorrow. Assuming Giants doesn't release a map tomorrow, then we'll be streaming our normal Italian game save, and we'll be adding some Mercedes-Benz stuff to that game save so that we continue doing that. If you haven't checked out one of these 6 maps that have released in the last 24 hours over at the channel, please, by all means, go check them out. I tried to spread them out a little bit because, well, YouTube penalizes people for publishing more than one video a day because they don't often notify people of the subsequent uploads. So all 6 maps that were dropped between last Thursday and yesterday have videos published now. You can go check those out. Until next time, happy farming. No, Dwayne, it doesn't come with a snorkel kit. Maybe it should.